and they're adding those two pieces, but you can't add unless you have the same denominator. Okay, when you're adding fractions, you can only add if their denominators are the same. So they changed 2/10 into 20/100, and then you could add. You add your numerators and you keep the denominator. You guys already know how to do that. And they got 63/100. All right, so let's look at number 2. For number 2, we're adding 17/100. Walker. It's fine. It's just a delivery.
My dog Pogo is curious.
Okay, Walker, he's gone. Let's go. Come on. Thank you. Okay, number 2, 17/100 plus 6/10.
I think I have it.
We can only add them if they both have 100 at the bottom. So we're going to change 6/10 into hundreds. Taryn, 6/10 is equal to how many hundreds? If I wanted to change 6/10 into hundreds, what would that be? Oh, you're muted, honey.
600s?
It's 6/10. So
Yeah.
it's 600. Okay. So you say 10 times 10 is 100. 6 times 10 is
60.
60. So 6/10 is the same thing as 60/100. And now we add our numerators together and get 77. And we do not add the denominators together. You guys remember that, right? We keep it. So our answer is 77/100. Okay. We're going to do the same thing for number 3. For number 3, we have 9/100, and we want to add 9/10. But we can't add those together because they have to have the same denominator. So we're going to change 9/10 into hundredths. Aaron, 9/10 is the same thing as how many hundredths?
9/10 is the same as how many hundreds? 90.
Yeah, 90. 10 times 10 is 100. 9 times 10 is 90. Okay. So make sure you're writing this in your book. You wrote 9/10 plus 90/100 equals, and you add the numerators and get 99 and keep the denominator, 99/100. Okay. So you guys have that all written, not just the answer, but also the work, so you can look back at it.
Mrs. Palmer, can I try the next one?
Adding up the money?
Yeah.
Well, you can try one soon, but number 4 goes to Connor. I'm kind of have a system I'm using.
Oh.
Okay. Connor, could you add up that money for number 4? 25 cents plus 34 cents. How many cents is that?
59 cents.
Yes.
59 over 100.
Yes, it's 59 cents. Which is the same thing as 59/100. So Connor added like 25/100 plus 34/100, 59/100. It's 59 cents. For number 4. Okay, number 5. Gavin, it's up to you now. Number 5. Ned's frog jumped 38/100 meter. And then his frog jumped 4/10 meter. How far did he jump? So Gavin, you have to add these, but you can't because this has a 10. You have to change it to 100.
I have the answer.
All right, what do you got?
I have 78/100.
Yes, good. All right. Gavin changed 4/10 to 40/100, and then he added it up. Got 78 over 100. Give that a unit, Gavin. What unit would you put there? Is it feet or inches?
I'm looking.
Miles?
Meters.
Meters. 78 over 100 meter. I didn't put an S because it's less than 1, so I just said meter. Okay, number 6. Keiko walks 5/10 kilometer from school to the park, and then she walks 19/100 kilometer from the park to her home. How far does she walk? So we have to add this together, but we can't because they don't have the same denominator. But Saad, can you change 5/10 into hundreds?
You can do 50 hundredths plus 19 hundredths, which
And what-
equals 69 100ths.
And give me a label. What's the label?
Kilometers.
Kilometers. Excellent. Good work. Okay. He changed 5/10 into 50 hundredths and added 50 hundredths and 19 hundredths. Got
Excuse
69.
me, Palmer.
Yep. Connor, what do you need?
May I use the restroom?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Good work on that section, guys. Let's cross off number 7. And we're going to go to page 532. Number 1. It's going to be similar to that. In a fish tank, 2/10 of the fish were orange and 5/100 were striped. What fraction were orange or striped? So we're adding those together. We're adding 2/10 plus 5/100. But we can't add them because they don't have the same denominator.
Sorry, I was having computer problems. What
David-
page are we on?
David C., what would we change that to? We're on page 532.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was having some computer issues. Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, so number 1 is 25 100ths or 1
Yes.
quarter.
Good. He changed 2/10 into 20/100 and added it together. He got 25 over 100. Good work. Okay. Number 2, we can add that money together. Greg spent 45 cents on an eraser and 30 cents on a pen. How much money does Greg spend? Brooklyn, how much money does Greg spend? Brooklyn, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay.
I said 0.15.
All right. I think you subtracted, but you needed to add. How much money does he spend? You have to put those together.
75. 0.75.
And don't forget your dollar sign because it's money. 75 cents. Dollar sign 0.75. All right. Number 3. Philip saves $8 each month. How many months will it take him to save at least $60? Yash.
8 months.
Good. If we do 60 and we divide that by 8, we're going to get 7, remainder 4. Okay? But so 7 months won't be enough. It's going to take at least 8 months. All right? Number 4. Leave it at
Mrs. Palmer, what was the answer to number 3 again?
8 months.
5/8. And I was wondering, what were we doing today in class? I was having some computer issues. My computer wouldn't turn on.
We're adding fractional parts of 10 and 100.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4, David, or Yash, could you read number 4, read the question for us, please?
Ursula and Yi share a submarine sandwich. Ursula eats 2/8 of the sandwich. Yi eats 3/8 of the sandwich. How much of the sandwich do the two friends eat?
Okay, and what's the answer, Yash?
The answer is 5/8.
Yep, good. 5/8 sandwich. Okay, just adding those together. They have the same denominator, so we can.
My brother is
Okay. Number 5, David S. And somebody has their mic on because I keep hearing someone talking. I think it's Brooklyn. So Brooklyn, you need to mute. All right, David S.
sound.
David S. Number 5.
That's kind of a confusing one, actually.
Read it out loud for us, please.
A carpenter has a board that is 8 feet long. He cuts off 2 pieces. One piece is 3.5 feet long, and the other is 2 1/3 feet long. How much of the board is left? I think what you have to do is you have to take 1/2, and you have to turn that into sixths. So that'd be 3/6 plus 2/6 from the 1/3.
Okay, so you changed 3.5 to 3 3/6,
Yes.
and 2 1/3 to 2 2/6, like that.
Yeah. So you have
Okay.
5 5/6.
Mm-hmm.
And then 8 minus 5, 3, minus 5/6, 2 1/6.
Okay. Good job. And what's the units, David?
Feet.
Good. All right. So David's right. This one has several steps. You have a board and you're cutting off 2 pieces. One is 3.5 feet. The other is 2 1/3 feet. How much do you have left? So you have to see how much he cut off total. And you can't add them together because they don't have the same denominator. Are you guys writing this down? Gavin, I don't see a pencil in your hand. Mrs. Palmer wrote it, but Mrs. Palmer wrote it down for you because I already know how to subtract fractions, so I'm writing it for you guys. There's your pencil. Okay, so we're turning them into 6. So 3 3/6 plus 2 2/6, and David S. told us that's 5 5/6. And now he has to subtract that from what he started with. All right, so when you were here, David, you have 8 and nothing. How did you subtract 5 5/6? How did you subtract 5 6 from nothing? What did you do?
First I subtracted 8 minus 5, which was 3. And then I subtracted 5/6, and I got 2 1/6.
Okay.
What's the answer to the other questions, please?
I think you borrowed from your 8 and made it a 7, right? That's 6 6 minus 5 6.
Yeah, I kind of did mental math, so
Okay.
I wasn't really thinking about it, but yeah.
Where
Alright.
did the 6 come from?
Okay.
Like,
What's the answer
Where-
to
Because you have to turn half. You have to find a multiple of 2 and a multiple of 3, and they both
I'm
have
sorry.
a common multiple of 6.
Right.
So
This
that's
one
our
makes sense.
denominator.
I'm sorry, but I don't know the answers to 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Okay, Connor, you could go back and watch the video later and check your work.
But I don't know how to watch. Like, I don't know how to do that.
Okay, we are not going back over them now. Okay, you just have to go to Mrs. Palmer's page
Oh my God.
and go to her YouTube channel. Abby will help you with it. All right, number 6. Connor, how about reading that one for me?
Jeff drinks 2/3 of a glass of juice red freshen that is equivalent to 2/3. 1/6.
All right, I like the 6, but I don't want to put a 1 up top, Connor. 3 times what gives you 6? What did you have to multiply by?
2.
So do the same thing at the top. 2
2.
times 2? What's 2 times 2?
No, 2 times 3.
Okay. On the bottom, you did that. You did 3 times 2 is 6. But now on the top, you have to do same thing. 2 times 2. What are you getting on the top?
It's 4.
4. 4 is 6. Good. That's it.
Just take a second.
All right. That's your adding
Good.
fraction parts of tens and hundreds. All right. The next thing we're going to do, our next concept is comparing decimals.
I think I know how to do it. So,
Good.
wouldn't
Turn
two
to
tens,
page 537.
wouldn't 2 tens be 20 hundredths?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Then I know what then I know
This
how
is
to do it.
very easy.
Awesome. All right. Page 537, gang. Okay. When we're comparing decimals, we're going to use less than, greater than, or equal to. And we're looking at number 1 there. They have 0.35 is less than 0.53.
So basically, all you need to do is look at if the first number is higher than the other number, and then you're
Yeah.
actually like, okay.
All right, but let's do some to try, because look at number 2. We have
Well, yeah.
0.6
Then you have to look at that one.
and we have 0.60. I want to give you guys a trick for something like this. If one of the sides only has one number, but the other one has 2 numbers, add a 0. You're allowed to add a 0 after the number, after the decimal point. You can add as many zeros as you want, and it doesn't change anything. I like to add that 0 to make them like have the same number after the decimal on each side, and it makes it easier for me to see that that's the same. This is an equal for number 2. 0.6 is equal to 0.60.
But
And we
wait,
talked-
if that's true, then you're telling me I can make 0.6, 0.60, 600, 6,000, 60,000, 600,000, 6 million, 6 billion. Okay.
I know, it's kind of weird.
Then that's just basically cheating.
Let's look at number 3. 0.24 or 0.31. That is 0.24 less than, equal to, or greater than. David C.
Less than, definitely.
Definitely less than. Good. All right. Number 4. We have a 0.94 and we have a 0.9. And this is one of the ones Miss Palmer doesn't like, when one of them only has one number after the decimal and the other one has 2. It makes me uncomfortable. So I'm adding a 0 after that 9. And now it's kind of really easy for me to see and compare them. So Gavin, what are you putting in there? 0.94, is it less than, equal to, or greater than 0.9? What do you think, Gavin? You can unmute, Gavin.
Somebody just slammed my pantry door.
Gavin, you can unmute. All right. What do you think? So we're kind of looking at 94 or 90. So is that going to be greater than, less than, or equal to?
Let's see here. 94 and 90.
Is 94 less than, equal to, or greater than 90?
Wait, it's not 90, it's 0.9.
Right, and I changed it to 0.90 because it only had one number, and I like it to have 2, and I'm allowed to add as many zeros as I want, and I want them to have the same number each because that makes it easier to compare, right?
Because she does what she wants. Hello.
Okay. All right, Gavin, go ahead. Tell me what goes in there. Less than, equal to, greater than.
Greater than.
Yes, you got it. Greater
My
than.
cat just walked in my room. I'm sorry if you hear him purring.
Number 5, 0.3, 0.32. Again, I don't like that 0.3 only has one number, so I'm just sticking a 0 after it because it makes it easier for me to compare 30 and 32. Okay, David, and what goes there? Less than, equal to, or greater than?
32 is greater.
Okay, so what sign am I putting in the circle?
Less than.
Yeah, it's good. Less than sign. Number 6, I have 0.45 and 0.28. I feel okay because they both have 2 numbers after the decimal. Saad, what goes in there?
Greater than.
Yeah, that's a greater than. And number 7, we have 0.39 and 0.93. Okay, Taryn, what goes in that circle?
Less than.
Yeah, less than. Good. Okay, the next section, they told us we could use the number line to help us, and we would see like where 0.8 is, where 0.78 is. You don't
Let me
have
guess.
to use the number
You're
line
not
if you don't
gonna
want
use
to. It seems like you guys were doing okay just looking at them. So I want you to finish this page, page 537, numbers 8 to 16. Okay?
Are we dismissed?
Well, hang on. I want you to write that down first, Aaron.
I did. I wrote it down. I circle what I have to do.
Okay. Okay.
I'll
So
say
go ahead and finish that up for tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. And you are dismissed. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Before I go,
Bye, Miss Palmer.
I would like to say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Aw,
Hi,
Susie.
kitty cat.
Susie. Connor.
This is Derp. We named them short for